Hi guys, so welcome to a long-awaited nail organization, storage, and collection video. This is probably going to be a pretty long video with a ton of different things going on, so I will leave timestamp chapters down below. That way you can skip to what you want or, just watch the whole thing. So before we get into the whole video, I don't want this video to come across like I'm trying to brag or flex how much stuff I have or anything like that. This obviously is my job now and I'm very grateful that it is and I love doing it, but because of that I do end up getting a lot of stuff. I am very grateful, and I also do want you guys to know I do give away a ton of stuff. I just don't announce every time I send someone something or anything like that. Just know I am very grateful for all of my stuff, and I know a lot of people would be disappointed if I did all of this and I didn't film it and show you guys, because I know that I personally also find like organization videos satisfying and I love watching them myself. So yeah, if this is going to harbor some like negative feelings for you, feel free to skip it. Do not feel like you need to give me the view or the watch time. It's okay, I understand. The first thing I'm going to talk about is this organization storage thing. I want to give a pretty thorough review for this because it is expensive and I don't want anyone going and getting it, spend a lot of money on it without knowing all the pros, cons, and all of my thoughts about it. This whole thing is called a Dream Box. And this is from the company Create Room. I pay for this myself, by the way. And it's supposed to be like the ultimate crafter organization. Obviously, it is absolutely massive. I'll get out of the frame for a second. I don't even know if I fit everything in the frame. I kind of did. Yeah, I did. So what really sold me on this one when I bought it was it actually goes into a wardrobe looking thing. It has all of this storage, but you are able to sort of close it up. You are able to close it up. And it's essentially looks like it's just like a wardrobe sort of thing. So you are able to sort of hide all of the chaos, which is what I really wanted. I don't like looking at all of my materials after I'm done with it. I want to be able to close it up and it be done. So it is going to look like there is a lot of storage in here. It does still look a lot nicer than obviously everything all sprawled out. So that's what originally sold me on this specific organization thing. Granted, they didn't say like great for nails or anything like that, but nail products are so small and I imagined would act a lot like a bunch of little itty bitty craft items. So I felt like it would be good for me to get this. So I'm gonna just open it up again. If you pay close attention to my videos, you've probably heard me mention the delays on this and the pieces and just waiting for this in general. When I ordered it, they were 4 to 8 weeks out because of just like, the panini going on. So I knew that it was going to take a while, but when I finally got it after 2 months, all of the pieces did not come with it. It was missing, and it still is missing, these medium totes. These ones I purchased from Five Below. Then these ones, these like little itty bitty ones, I purchased from like TJ Maxx. It was up until like a couple days ago missing the supports to put these little shelves on, and I am still missing a couple pieces to put like some bars on here. And I'm gonna just tell you guys the price now. Obviously, I need to preface this with saying like if this wasn't my job and I didn't have so much stuff, and again I'm very grateful to be able to afford something like this. I thought about this for months before I purchased it, and it was a really big purchase for me. I don't buy things that are thousands of dollars regularly. So this was about $3,000, and I did get a couple upgrades. These shelves right here were an upgrade, as well as the shaker design on the outside of it. That was also an upgrade. And then I also got the 80 track tote system, which was also an upgrade, which I think was extra of these little things opposed to just 40. I think 40 comes standard and you can upgrade to 80. Nail stuff is so small that I felt like I needed a lot more little things than a ton of big storage areas. I wouldn't say that I am like 100% happy with this whole thing. I do think that while it is like really impressive and it's a great design, I think it needs to be more refined before they charge quite that much. For example, this was an upgrade, right? So when you open this, it gets kind of stuck on whatever this was here. These are also not on tracks. They just like come right out, and they're also not put together super well. They aren't flush, and these came pre-built. Yeah, see, so I feel like I think this cost like an extra $100. For that, I felt like it could be a little bit better. Something else I should mention. So it does not come assembled. If you want them to assemble it, it costs $500. So I had my husband put it together, and let's call him really quick and ask some questions. As far as difficulty, how difficult was this to put together?
It was difficult. I think it was mainly the instructions. They weren't very specific. One of the biggest things is things weren't labeled correctly. So a lot of the parts were labeled very specifically. So some of the parts were labeled something like 1/4 inch Euro screw, and then on the baggie would be 1/4 inch Euro screw, but then you'd be looking for like 2 inch Euro screw, and the baggie would just be labeled screw. And it took me a really long time to figure that out.
How long do you think it took you to put it together? 15 hours?
It took super long.
He's also someone that's very good at putting together furniture. Like, he usually doesn't have any difficulty, so that's why I had him do it and I didn't get it pre-built, because he's perfectly capable. Like, IKEA furniture, he got it. It's fine. So that's why I had him do it. So if you are someone that can put it together, do it yourself for sure.
And then I feel like as you're putting things together, they don't fit 100% how they should. Like, they fit together, it's fine, it works, but I feel like it should be like, they should fit together more. Like, there should be like lower tolerances.
Okay, so now that we've done that, pretty much what I'm going to do is start putting stuff in here. So I think there's enough room in this that I can actually use it for my nail supplies, right now at least, and makeup supplies. So what I'm going to do is, this side is going to be nails, and probably for the most part this is as well. And then for this side, it will probably be makeup. I'll do the makeup at the very end in case you guys aren't interested in that. So I actually did do a lot of like pre-organizing, and basically what that consisted of was just organizing all of my like nail items into certain groups. So this is all nail tips that are in a bag and not a box. So for this sort of thing, obviously I could totally put like, go here and put them in here, or just like do that and call it good, but that's not what I want to do. Also, I forgot to talk about this. So this is where the table would go. There is a table that you can attach. I don't have it attached, however, because I will not be crafting in this box basically, and it attaches and it goes and covers all of this, and then you can pull it out when you want to. I only want this for storage, so I did not attach it to there. It's a good quality table, I just don't have a need for it. I just want to do this for storage. I have a whole, filming setup. I wouldn't want to like just sit here and do my nails. They did also, as a sorry for not fulfilling your order in a timely fashion, send this, and this is just like a box for, I don't know, like markers or whatever. I'm sure I'll get use out of it, but I much would have rather had all my pieces. To organize stuff, I'm basically just going to take one thing out at a time and we'll move stuff into it. Okay, so, So I'm going to organize this by brand at first, because I have a ton of eNail Couture tips, and when I'm looking for a certain type tip, I'll know if it's eNail Couture or not. So that's the majority of the bags. So I'm just going to start putting them all in here. Okay, and that's it for this one. And I actually haven't decided yet if I'm going to label them or not. So next, we'll grab this one. And this one is other brands tips. And that is all of our bags of tips. So I'm gonna grab the boxes of tips now. Here's my box of tips. This is gonna be like a game of Jenga. Okay, I think that's as good as it's gonna get. And I still have room for more. Okay, so unfortunately not everything is quite as easy as the tips. Next we have all of my acrylic, which is very heavy. I would like to sort from just like custom ones to normal ones. So I think we're actually going to move and we're gonna start filling this one up with acrylic. So I'm just going to start with ones that are just acrylic. So I'm just going to also like just sort out all of the ones that I've custom made. Okay, I think this is all of my regular acrylic powder, so now we'll put this back. This one's gonna be for all my customs. This one will be dip powder. Okay, and probably what's going to be the hardest of all is my polygel. So let's get into this one. Okay, so I actually got 2 containers out because I think I'm going to organize these from Macart and then other, because I think that's going to be the best way, because I have so much Macart. I just feel like that's the best way to do it. I'm going to try to keep kits sort of together. This isn't going to be perfect though. Like there's just so many, there's no way. So next I'm going to do my glitter. I think I'm going to put some in these like little jars. I think that that will go well, especially all the little bags I have and stuff. And then I think I will probably put the rest of the glitter, like glitters that are just in like regular jars, probably in one of the ones that we were just using. So I'm going to do it where I put ones like these big Kiara Sky ones in here because they do take up a lot of space. And then I think I might also put stuff like these ones in here also. Anything that's like kind of like a jar. I have these bins and I have all of my glitter here, and what I'm going to do is do it warm, cool, holiday, and rainbow. So warm tones will be like this glitter, pinks, oranges. This is a holiday one, the fire in it. This is holiday. You guys get the idea. It may not be perfect. go. There's all the glitter. Plus, I always need room to expand also. Like, I can't just put stuff in here and have it fit 100% and think it's gonna stay like that exactly forever. And then, okay, this is my rhinestones slash decals stuff. So what I'm gonna need to do is I'm gonna need a big one of these, probably, because I have quite a few of these super big kits from Long Hair Pretty Nails, and that will take up a good amount of the space. 2, 3, and then we'll put 4 right here. I'm gonna grab 2 of these little things. I don't quite know what to do with everything in here because I have quite a few like large ones like this, so I'll just stack those, and then ones like this can go on the sides, but I do have quite a few of those. And then perhaps like loose or like little ones like these little ones right here can just be put in like a little jar. But then I also do have a lot of these bigger decals that might not all fit in here, so I might just try to fit them, and then if they don't, we'll figure that out. Let's also do flowers in here because I have the room for it. And then I have these like really long ones that I think are gonna be best for all of these decals, because like some of these are so chunky they're not gonna fit in those jars. Alright, and then these ones, they're just gonna have to kind of go sort of like willy-nilly in here. Now we just have nail stickers, which I don't even know what to do. I think I literally might just keep them in this because I don't know what else to do with them. They lay flat, so it's not like I can do that much with them. So that's that. Okay, so for all of my gel polishes, I think I'm gonna first off use a lot of these ones, these little ones, for more specialty store ones. So I'm going to put all of my Kiara Sky like paint thingies in this one. That way they're all like right side up. These also come with like little dividers. I'm able to divide it like that. That way like these can't just go all the way over. Obviously a little bit, but if they fall, they'll fall on each other a bit more. So I zoomed you guys out. That way we could I could show you everything I'm doing right here. So I have this. This is going to be my like go-to stuff. So like my go-to top coat, my go-to dehydrator, primer and stuff right now, because I'm gonna have this sit on my desk. That way I always have easy access to those things. I will show you the stuff that I'm going to be putting in this since it is my go-to right now. This is going to be top and base coat, basically. This one is like nail art things. I have honestly a ton that I need to get through. I'm also going to get rid of some that are like old and stuff. So yeah, let's get started with this. I actually think I'm going to start another one because I like to do that when I have like a lot of one collection. I'm going to put like all of my Apres Extend gels in here. Those ones are all going to be like gels that are basically like builder gels or soft gels. But like all these Kiara Sky ones are going to just go down here. So the prep, my go-to prep right now is like a Kiara Sky Jelly Tip one. I love that one. My go-to top coat is this Pure Sky Ultimate Top Coat. That's definitely going in here. And then I think this is just a cuticle oil. I'm gonna just put this here as well. It's almost empty. I'd like to finish it up. And then my tip primer that I always use will also go there. Okay, so I have all this and this that I need to sort of sort into one of these. Basically what I'm going to do is just start off by putting all of my files in there. I have so many files. Like, it's honestly a little ridiculous. Okay, and here it's going to be all of my like pre-done press-on nails, not like full cover tips, but like actual press-ons. Here is what's going to take probably a while. I have like a bunch of random stuff in these. Okay, so I'm actually all done with the nail stuff. I can't believe it. I will show you guys everything, like sort of like drawer by drawer at the end, because I did do some stuff off camera because it's just got to be that way. But now we're gonna do my makeup. I actually like went through and got rid of like really old stuff because I feel like sometimes I keep stuff for nostalgia, and you'll see I kept like all of my Naked palettes and stuff like that. But other than that, I already went through everything, and this is everything I'm like for sure keeping. Let's get in with the makeup. What I'm gonna do first is palettes, because like those take up the most space and that's what I have the most of. Some of these are such throwbacks. I haven't used like this one in so long. I don't know if it would still be good to even use. Let's see. Oops. Yeah, I mean, it seems okay. I don't know, I have also like, I kind of hate when they're like this big, because like this is great and all, but like, what am I supposed to do with all this? I don't know. This throwback one from, I don't know how long, it's a True Blood palette, and it is old. I'm not going to use it anymore, but I love True Blood. I'll use that. Good nude palette. I'm also going to put highlighter or face palettes in here that I don't think I'm going to use very often, because I don't want to have like a whole separate face palette drawer that I'm not going to use very often. Probably won't use this one very often, but this one's like a travel one since it has like a stayed up mirror. It's the Back Talk one. This. Oh my gosh, I almost never ever use it, but it was so expensive. I will literally never get rid of it. It's just also dark. They all end up like sort of mushing into similar shades, like not in a good way. I'm mad I bought this. So it might not seem like a good idea to put these so high up, but what I want to have to do is take out the entire thing and look through it, opposed to just like tilting it like this. Because if I do this too much with like too heavy stuff, I'm gonna break everything. That's what I don't want to do. And then this one is gonna be face palettes. This is going to be like powders, blushes, etc. Everything that's like in a tube. So like this is going to be like these types of glitters. I do have a lot of glitter. This is going to be really nice that I'm going to be able to like actually see my lashes. These ones are little bottom lashes, which I love. I'm actually going to just like take all of them out of the box though and just put them in one. Now I won't have a bajillion things. So there we go, and that can just go like there. So somehow I completely forgot about foundation and concealer. So I'm gonna put my foundations in here. My concealer's in here. Okay, here is everything all put away. I'm really happy with how it all turns out. And as you can see, I have a ton of room to grow, which I'm really happy about. So that should help me stay organized. Before I do that, I want to say thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please make sure to give it a like. It helps me out a lot and I really appreciate it. And I will hopefully see you next time. Bye.